Got you and I are jumping into Deck 9's latest Life is Strange double exposure. Max is back with a new cast of characters. He's a little grown up as well. Dude, right off the hop, I finished this game in about approximately 11 hours. There's definitely some longer chapters than others. For me, I'm scoring this one with the 9. I'm gonna go with the 9. The story is what really kind of gravitated, pulled me in. Where are you at with this?
Well, I only got access to the very beginning of the game, so we're having a bit of a desperation here, where I've done chapter 1 and 2 now, and I have to recommend this off the hop. Without seeing the ending, I like where things are developing here, and I'm seeing a lot of the very building stages of what could be a really rich story. Especially when you get into the atmosphere and the kind of environments that we're going around, and the different characters that you speak to, and how some things have already started to change in my experience. And that it's really complicated, but it's really good.
I think the complexity of the story is where the game really shines. There was a moment after chapter 1, a big event happens. I think we all kind of know what goes down with it. You've been watching the trailers. And then it hit a bit of a lull for me, and then picked up by the end of the chapter 1 and carried throughout the rest of the game. By the time I hit chapter 5, there's some moments I was just kind of like, this is a little funky. Ending wrapped up. I thought I was satisfied to, like, on the good scale of the ending. Kind of wanted a little bit more of it, but watch the credits. I'll just say that.
Okay.
Watch the credits, get through the credits, just stay tuned. Very cool. Some definitely some cool stuff going on there. I love the story and the interaction. It is that Life is Strange experience, right? So you get into choices make a difference. Choices matter. You're going to align with some people, and then you're going to tick off others. And it's kind of how does this all play out. But it is trying to
regret.
Right? It is one of those, which way? There are moments in this game where I paused, and you have A or B to choose, and I kind of sat there and I went, which way to go? There is no wrong or right version in which your choice comes out to be, but it is, how do you feel approaching this choice, and which way would you rather choose over the other, and how does that dynamic play out as you experience the rest of the game? Will this come back to haunt you in the end, or will it pay off? And I've had moments too where it came back and kind of bit me, but it was still a good time. And I loved the story, the dynamic of solving the murder mystery that experiences within the game. It's all in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. Sophie dies, straight up. No spoilers there. It's in the trailer. That's what the whole story is, and how does that unfold throughout the month of the holidays, more or less, is kind of where it's phrased around, right? You're in the winter time. You play as Max in school. She's now a university teacher instead of a student. So I do love the tie-ins, though, of going all the way back to Arcadia Bay and talking about her experience from the first game, which was really cool to see some of those throwbacks in there. I'm like, oh, nice little touches, Scott. Dude, overall, I've had a really cool time with the game. Definitely some issues, too.
Well, they're absolutely building a ginormous story to get into here, and I feel like I'm being pulled through the story as each of the chapters kind of unfolds and each of these character interactions happen. And I've had some disappointment with my choices already, but I've had some technical issues as well, and that's something that I want to highlight here, because I'm not sure if it's truly just myself. I am on a Series X, of course, but I've had some really bad frame rate stutters in certain areas, and some other things like clipping. Some of the characters clip through some of their winter jackets and that sort of thing, and I'm left puzzled because it seems to be a pre-rendered cutscene or of some sort. It's just all of that was a little bit annoying, but only annoying. It didn't really take me out of the experience.
I had characters actually just pop into the frame. I was like, whoa, that's a little. You weren't there 2 seconds ago. I look over, poof, there they are. So definitely a couple little technical glitches going on, but again, it's that story of figuring out what's going on and playing as Max, and then her abilities. She's lost her abilities from the first game. She gains new ones moving forward. How does that play out when you cross over between playing in the living, playing in the dead? So cool to have that experience and experience some of these powers, and then other things progress as the story goes along further, and it helps in the puzzle mechanic, which I thought was super cool. I thought it was a nice way to play in that puzzle and how you figure things out. Really smartly done at the end of the day. Just a couple little glitches.
Shall we?